Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Queen City Picker and Friend Show with my favorite guest co-host, the old guy, the silver hair stacker. How are you this morning, Todd?
I'm all right.
Well, good. As
Doing
I
good.
mentioned yesterday, I was supposed to have a new HVAC put in today. They called me, and they're supposed to be here between around 10 o'clock. They called me a little bit ago and said they wouldn't be here till Friday morning between
Great.
7 and 8, if that would be okay. And I said, well, don't really have, excuse me, I guess I really don't have a choice. And so that was you called lag? No. Uh, so anyhow, I was trying to get everything put back because I had the cats sequestered in bedrooms with litter boxes and food and shit like that. And I forgot all about the show. I'm just pissed off about it. So anyhow, good morning, everybody. Who's in the chat? Good morning, Lag. Good morning, Craig, Landshark Picker. Good morning, Vintage Memories. Good morning, Mr. Sadie. Good morning, Mike. Glad everybody could join me this morning. The cat farm? No, not the cat farm. So, what's going on with you this morning?
Uh, I'm just I woke up kind of late, so I'm just still kind of day do 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 do. Gotta wake up. Where's my coffee? I did. I did brush my teeth and throw my pants on. So
Well, that's good.
yeah.
There's the link if anybody wants to join us this morning. Still trying to get my thoughts together here. So I was just wondering. I had a question to start this morning off with. When y'all were sourcing from like uh, uh, pharmacies and stores like that have like uh, customer rewards cards, do y'all use them for your company purchases, and which ones do y'all use that either give you money back or coupons for your next purchase or that type of thing? Did any of that make sense?
Um.
Or do you not source from those kind of places? Vintage, we'll be with that question in just a minute.
Yeah, I don't source from them really.
Well, I was curious because Scott's probably got 400,000 points built up the way he sources. And Vintage Memories had a question. She
I
says,
uh
"Go ahead."
I use my credit card on some purchases, so I get my cash back bonus, but that's about it.
Right. So you don't stack it. Use your credit card on top of loyalty cards, or at least to get the discount, which is stupid.
Well, I I'm signed up for a bunch of like the Ace rewards
Right.
at my local hardware and stuff like that, but I don't go out of my way to try to source it
Right.
at a place I've got a discount card.
Good morning, chick. Good morning, two hip chicks. Um, um,
I get plenty of deals, like at the auction or the rummage
right.
sale or garage sale.
That you don't really have to go shopping at Rite Aid or
And that
CVS or
that kind of stuff brings in more money than chasing down coupon deals.
right. Vintage Memories has a question. Do you refund shipping if actual shipping was a lot less than billed?
uh,
If it was a lot less, then I'll throw a couple of dollar bills in their package with it and ship it back to them, and with the note saying, "I saved you some shipping." Um, if it's if
well, I
it's
wouldn't do that if I was going to refund them some, and I have and do once in a while. But eBay takes a cut off of shipping, so you may be losing 25 cents or 40 cents if you or some if you throw in like if the shipping is $5 less than you thought and you're going to refund the customer, I would do it on eBay so that you get your final value fee for that shipping amount back.
well, I usually
It, I mean, I'm
yeah,
sure it doesn't amount to a hill of beans much, but eBay makes enough money, in my opinion. They don't need to make money on charges that I don't use. Does that make sense?
right,
Kent says no refunds.
yeah. Um, Mr. Sadie says he doesn't do negotiate shipping unless it's pre-sale. Um, it's dark and stormy here in Michigan. It's sunny and clear here. Yeah, but if it's a substantial difference, which I've got my stuff. I have like standard shipping is like $6. And just about everything I do is standard shipping $6. So sometimes it's 5.48. So I really don't have that coming up very often. But back in the old days, I would throw a couple of bucks in and say, "Hey, I got you a deal on shipping." Um, the 25 cents is not going to break or make me. I mean, if 25 cents or 50 cents is killing you, then you need to negotiate your. You need to think about your.
Lag.
What do you say? I put the shipping difference in cash in the package for when they get it.
No, the next thing.
Uh, Great way to wash the new bills. Yeah. Next thing you will be allowing returns outside the timeline. This business is not charity.
Lag's got a printing machine in his basement.
Yeah, yeah. This channel's monitored by the gov, so they might come knocking on your doors because they will be finding you. I, you know, I've really never had anything. I can't remember when I had a return that was outside the limit. I've had people requesting returns for item is not described and they have not even received a damn thing yet. Um, yeah, Mr. Sadie, but I have this thing about do unto others as you'd have them do to you, unto you. Underground Press LLC. Yeah, but like I said, my shipping is I have flat rate. I mean, I have it broken down into certain rates, and that's how I roll on it. And I've not had anybody complain about shipping costs because I make my money in the sale of the product. So nobody wants to join in this lively conversation live. Lag. I'm telling you, son, you need to go out and find you one of the somebody. Go to Fiverr, get somebody to make you one of those little cutesy anime characters. Get you a voice changer so you can come in here. You know,
Mm.
you can get one of those little sexy Asian anime boys or a hot anime girl with one of the little cutesy voices. And I don't pay for shipping, Mr. Sadie. Amazon does. Um, and honestly, and Walmart does because they've lost money on that free shipping. Both of them have to the Hux household.
I've gotten a cost adjustment from the postal service before.
I have too.
It's not ever anything big. You know, you've got 79 cents because you overweighed your package or whatever.
Right. Okay, Kent. Yes, we pay for Prime. Actually, I don't pay for Prime. Roberta pays for Prime. And I'm glad you mentioned that. Um, uh, but the way I figure it, we're paying 5 cents, if that much, for same day delivery.
I pay for Prime, but boy, it's a good thing because we buy so much from Amazon. I'm sure my Prime membership pays for itself over and over.
Oh, just in my time, that 5 cents is worth my time. If it works out to that much. Um, the other day I mentioned something about discount for Social Security recipients for Amazon Prime. Good morning, Just Pamela. How are you? It's been a while. It's not for Social Security. It's for any of the government handouts: SSI, EBT, WIC, all of that stuff. If you receive any of those kind of assistance, you can get your Amazon Prime account for half price. Just saying. I don't know if anybody that's in that position. Can't I mean Lag could be because he has Lag has those 12 children he has to keep up with, so he probably gets WIC and
Well,
SSI.
I get a little Social Security payment. I wonder if
No,
I would
it's
qualify.
it's the SSI and Medicaid, not Medicare.
What's SSI? Social Security involvement?
Uh, I forgot what that is. Um, Supplementary security income.
No, mine's a regular income, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. That's the difference. This
Okay.
SSI or Social
Well,
Security.
no, I make too much money
Yeah,
to be involved in one of the programs like that.
yeah. You
I
do.
don't I don't suck on the
Boob of
system.
Lady Liberty.
I paid into Social Security. If they ever pay me back all that I paid in, I'd probably have to live till I was 130. But anyway,
Thank you, James. Because honest to God, I have received shipments from people I've ordered off of eBay, and they could have shipped that damn thing priority mail for what I paid. Because I've laid it on my scale to see how much it weighed when it came in. Because I was like, motherfucker, this thing is awful light to be paying $13 shipping and handling. And I let them know too, because I'm an asshole. If y'all haven't gathered that by yet. Um, I'm not going to. I'm not. My thought is, if you're going to charge priority mail rates, and it will go in a priority mail envelope or box, whatever, and it takes it a damn week to get here instead of 3 days or whatever. I'm uh, I'm going to say something to them about it. Because I've probably been blocked by so many sellers because of that damn, what is it, a FedEx Express or what, a FedEx something or other, where it ships FedEx so far, then it hits the USPS system. That's a pain in my side. Easy with the efforts. Oh Lord, I'm already pissed off this morning, Mr. Sadie. People just need to get the hell off my lawn. Uh, it's well, that's, I do have a red door on my house.
red door means you're an asshole. No, I
Texas,
think he's talking about the
the one on
eBay
eBay.
eBay door.
I have a blue door. I just went and looked.
I gotta look at mine now. And I'm a blue door. Darn it. I just knew I was an asshole.
Well, my door on the front of my house is red, so I guess that's the reason nobody ever comes to my house, which is good. Because they're usually trying to sell me something that I don't want to buy. Or they want to talk to me about God. And it's usually about a different denomination, so I'm not really interested. Um, and you know, I had two little Mormon boys come by a couple of weekends ago. And I said, "Where you fellows been? I haven't seen anybody in a long time." He said, "Well, because of COVID and all that kind of stuff, that they quit doing visitations and they're just trying to get the system going again and yada yada yada." And I said, "Well, I'm Southern Baptist and I'm not interested in converting, so thank you for stopping by." I took their little brochure and sent them on their merry way with a bottle of cold water, or bottles of cold water. You only refund shipping to Republicans? Yeah. Good morning, Ping. So there's the link if you want to hop in, Ping. You know, I don't leave negative feedback for people that ship their product. They charge it for a price, and then when the product gets here, um, and it's just not cool, I'll send them an email showing my disapproval. But in my email, I always say this: that I, you still got positive feedback because you got my product here. It was as described, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully they learn. And you think people, I mean, you would think people would check to see. I mean, I do. I hit their username and I just do a quick cursory look to see if they are a reseller or whether they're just a buyer. And but you just think that people would look for stuff like that. Thank you, Mr. Sadie. Good morning, Ping.
Good morning, Tom.
It started off a bad day. They called and told I
Hey,
was supposed to have they were supposed to have my HVAC put in today,
Yes.
and they've had to push it back to Friday.
Oh,
So, close your ears, Ping, time, wait, Texas, you have LCS. Um,
how's the cricket queen this morning?
yes, how are you this morning?
you don't hear the cricket now.
Oh, I don't.
See?
Darn. You
He
killed
doesn't make
him.
that noise all the time.
Oh,
Texas, you had a comic book shop? Cool beans. A buddy of mine's got one, and it's a tax deduction. Oh Lord. Uh,
Hmm.
he likes it. He's always liked comic books. Uh, his wife owns the building that the comic book store is in. So, well, actually, his wife and her father own the building. So it's shuffling the old cash flow around. He tries to make sure it makes at least a little bit of money each year so he can keep running it. Otherwise, what is it? After 3 years, if you've not showed a profit, you have to start all over again, close it out, and redo everything.
Well, when I was filing my taxes, I showed a loss every year.
Well, according to my CPA, you're supposed to show a profit
Right, you're
at
supposed
once,
to.
at least once every 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, but I had a lot of deductions.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
don't
my
know.
my tax preparer was an enrolled agent. Do you know what that is?
I don't.
No.
An EA at the end of his name
Uh huh.
means that he can represent you in front of the IRS.
Okay.
So, probably that's a reason why they let it. I don't know. I did show a loss every year because I had a that warehouse that was costing me $1,200 a month
Right.
at the end of 20 years, you know. So,
Damn. Ping's got some money.
yeah, right.
Um, I have my CPA. I don't know whether he is not. I mean, if he is, I'm sure he can represent me in front of a IRS audit, but because I was audited one year and he isn't not he doesn't play around because I didn't realize that until that happened that the IRS is supposed to um, they are supposed to tell you what part of your audit your tax return they're auditing, and that's the only information you have to supply them. Because when I got audited, I took this box of stuff over to his office that he wanted. Well, that he'd given me, receipts and all this kind of stuff from multiple income streams. And um, he said, "What's this?" And I said, "This is all the stuff from that year." And he says, "No, no, 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 no. They're only looking at this piece of rental property. That's their questions. That's so I need the file on the Cedar Brook Road property." And I'm like, "Okay." And so when they came in, because they came to his office to do the audit, they said, he handed them the file, and they said, "This is it." And he said, "That's everything on what you said you were auditing." Um, and they're like, "Yep." And they looked through it, and everything was fine. And
Well, I was audited once. This is before reselling.
right,
When I was in San Francisco, I had a monthly newsletter magazine, and I think at the time a second class permit to print to ship, so I could save money.
right.
And to have that, you have to show that these people paid for a subscription. So that's what I had to prove, that
Uh,
so many people paid. So
James, I'm not a slumlord. This was a 20-acre tract of land that a horse rescue organization was renting from me, and I was letting them, I was taking a, I was donating, I was donating the fee to them, and so I actually came out smelling good on that deal. The problem was, and I will share. Um, my niece is the executive director of this rescue organization, and so when they saw receipts with her name on the bottom of it, um, that kind of like threw up red flags and yada 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 yada. Anyway, everything was cool, and my CPA's like, "Don't worry about it. Everything's cool." No, donating is good because I was writing off the because up into that point I was renting it to a farmer, and he got out of farming. So I was my lease, my rent was for that full amount of what I was renting him to him for, and there was no way that organization could pay what he was paying. So anyhow, I came out good. So sometimes donating can make you more money than not donating. So anyhow, Trump style, yeah, I'm just ruthless asshole. I can't. Don't ever cross me. I'll have Dewey Cheatham all over your ass. That's my law firm that I use, Dewey Cheatham and Howe. And if they're too busy, then I get bender over, and take it. The glue factory. No, that's the reason they rescue horses, is to keep them from the glue factory.
hmm.
And if you were say to live in this area and you wanted to get one of these horses, you think you would be adopting a child by the time you finish filling out all the paperwork. So anyhow, how have your sales been, Todd and Ping?
Uh,
Well, mine have been better since I am no longer charging the commercial rate. I'm giving my buyer the discount.
mhm.
Sales have picked up. Well, I'm shipping from California, so of course it's going to be expensive if I don't give them the discount. So I'm guessing that helped
Sure.
because I'm getting a lot more sales.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Kent, I don't play in the gray area at all. Not at all. Everything is above board and legit and by the rules of the IRS. Because when before I retired, we did work for this company, and we stopped getting paid. And so when all the liens started getting slung around, he got hit by the IRS because he hadn't been declaring all the income that he was making, and he was doing it. He was covering some of it through his a company owned by his wife, and they didn't do squat, and so it ended up costing him about $15 million and about 2 years in prison, and his company went to hell, and so always
The gray side.
the gray side, always do everything by the book,
Mhm.
even if it costs you money, because in the long term, it will catch up with you at some time. It will,
So
especially when you start transferring stuff between family members. Anyway, Todd, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was trying to answer your question, but then you started talking a bunch more.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's all right. I know you.
Exactly, Mr. Sadie. So, what all did you sell, Todd? You have the floor. Look at
Oh,
there.
hi, hi.
So,
I
what you got?
sold 14 items for $300 yesterday.
14 items for 300. What'd you do? Give away stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of low value stuff. But that's a pretty banger day for a Monday. You sold an eagle. No, you didn't. You sold an eagle kite, lag. There's a difference. I sold an eagle kite, among other things. Anyway,
Well
yeah.
done, vintage.
And that's after a banger weekend. Phil had a good sales weekend too. Look. Yeah,
Good,
my
Dexter.
sales, I had $1,000 weekend. Boom.
I thought about you yesterday, Todd. I was standing in line at Farmer's Supply. Not,
FarmersOnly.com.
excuse me, Tractor Supply.
TractorsOnly.com.
And at
She
the
thinks my
counter was
tractor's sexy. Anyway,
on a,
go ahead,
you
Tom.
spent $2,300 on another truck. What kind of truck did you get for $2,300?
It's pretty cool looking. He got
Is
a
it?
Ranger.
Um, anyway, I was at the checkout counter, and they had some cowboy boots on clearance. They had a little pair for a small child, foot about that long, and it was $85.
Cowboy boots are expensive.
There's Sadie's little red truck.
Oh, that's cute.
That'll hold lots of Mick Ultras.
Yeah, and a few dozen eggs, as Jim and Tara would say. That's cool.
I don't know where he comes up with these deals. I asked him if it runs. Yeah.
If 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 Mr. Sadie was spending $230,000 lag, it would probably be for an F550 King Ranch that kind of thing, not some freaking little Ranger. Um, which I had a Ranger. I had a white one like that, and I always liked it. But anyway,
So,
I was just amazed that little tiny cowboy boots were $85, and they were on clearance. So anyway,
So you didn't buy them.
I don't have anybody to wear them, and I don't know. Don't think there was any profit to be made.
Mm.
Um,
Sadie, you're going to spend more to insure it and register it than it cost you.
Mm.
well, I don't do Kent. I know that's retail, but they would go out of business if it relied on me because I don't wear cowboy boots at all. I'll get me a pair of mud crunchers before I wear cowboy boots because they hurt my feet. Was that at a dealership, Mr. Sadie? Oh,
I doubt it.
Tara, give him hell for that damn little Ranger he bought.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and then you said it that that would be good for hauling eggs in.
Yes, that's right.
No, they're good. They are good little grocery getters, and they're good for running around in. So I won't besmirch anybody that buys like an S10 or a Ford Ranger. They're good on gas, and you can throw stuff in the back of them. You could put some fishing rods back there, case of Michelob Ultra, and you're ready to go.
There
Am
you
I
go.
too loud, Kent? Sorry.
Turn
Tara,
down the volume. Is it me?
I don't know.
uh, you didn't sound loud, so it must be me. But I also got away from my mic some.
Well, turn up your hearing aid and turn your volume down.
Shut it, Tara.
well, like
I actually said something nice there, though.
yeah, she
I
did
said put a
because
couple of fishing poles in and that Mick Ultra, and you're ready to go.
Hmm.
I go slay those bass. Isn't that what y'all catch in the South, bass?
yeah, and crappie or crappie
Oh,
as they say in South Carolina,
crappies.
crappies and some brammies.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, Jim's not in the house right now, so I can talk I can say any shit I want.
where's he at today?
He's outside
Okay,
Brandon. They're before it gets real hot. They're moving a little bit of stuff around, and then they're gonna come back in because it's
okay.
been kind of hot here. At least for us Yankees, it's been hot.
It's it's hot here too.
Hmm.
It wasn't too bad yesterday, but I mean, yeah, it was up like in the 90s and stuff.
So,
And
y'all
down here,
remember y'all remember Chad Pagel?
yes.
Yeah, Golden Finger.
Yeah. So I I don't know if y'all know it, but he works on watches a lot,
Uh huh.
and I'm making a deal for a bunch of pocket watches.
Oh, are you buying from him or selling to him?
Neither.
Oh,
Would you let me finish my story, please?
well, you hesitated like you wanted input. Then you need to keep talking.
No, that's just the way I talk, Tara.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, no, I'm teasing Tara. You can interrupt me. I don't care. But no, I'm doing a private pick for 21 pocket watches,
Ooh.
and some of them aren't working, but are complete. So I'm going to send Chad a bunch of these and have him work on them. That way I make more money and he gets to make money.
Oh, there you go.
And but I don't know what his rates are. I hope he tells me before he just works on them and says,
Is he
"Yo,
still reselling?
yeah, he but
Yeah. I
uh
mean, he hasn't done any videos in a coon's age.
no." But he was like, "Yeah, eBay's real slow right now, so yeah, I'd like to work on your watches."
Oh. Well, eBay is up and down. I will say that. Sometimes there's a little bit of no rhyme or reason to it.
300 an hour. But I don't know if he can turn this one isn't working, and I'm paying like $25 for it. If he can get it running, it's worth about 200.
Mm.
So, um, yeah, hopefully he can make some money and I can make some money off of these.
I know a reseller who used to be, well, is a watch fixer, maker of,
Yeah,
oh gosh, he's up in Oregon. Uh, his real name is Rob. I can't think of his username right now.
last name Zombie.
No,
Rob Zombie?
Junk Monkey. He used to have a every Monday, a podcast, but he has stopped doing it for I don't know what reason. But he used to work for the some major company fixing their watches, and
Hmm.
that's what he sells a lot of is watches for good money too. His
Well, that may be right, James. I don't know if I don't know if some
Are
of
they
these
all
are gonna.
old? Are they all antiques? Are they all old ones?
Uh, Pretty much. Yeah, I've got the oldest one is like 1840. I mean,
Hmm.
it's very old.
Hmm.
And then on up to like 1960s, 1950s, 60s. So Chad only charges 350 per watch.
So running, do they look like they got good comps, like good value?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Just
like
don't put it so much in the value of reselling them.
now this one's running. I gave 100 for this one,
Hmm.
wow.
but that's
Is it gold?
Hamilton.
Oh.
No, it's a Hamilton 17 jewel. Needs a little polish, but that's about it. Wait, no, I didn't give 100 for that. How much did I give for that? No, I gave 50 for that one.
Hmm.
Mm.
But that's probably here. Let me look. Hamilton. Let's see. 699 movement. Do do do. Dun, dun. Huh. Let me take out 699 movement. Let's see. It's an open face. And sold listings. Do, do, do. We're like, well, they're all over the place.
Hmm.
Uh, $30 to $500, I guess,
Oh boy.
depending on what it is.
Yeah.
I figure that this one's worth at least 175. So 50 bucks into 175. That's a pretty good deal, I think.
I gave my niece. I found it in an estate sale. It's one of the little watches that they pin to their a woman would pin to their blouse, and then when they could flip it up and because it hangs upside downwards, so when they're looking at it, it's right side up. Um, when she got her PhD, I had it fixed, and I gave it to her. It was 14 karat gold. It was from the 30s, and they basically had to rebuild it. I had about $300 in it all total, and I gave it to her for when she got her PhD in nursing, so she would have something really special. Because that was a lot of hard down work trying to do that, and with two kids and the
James, you're just harsh.
James is harsh.
Oh boy.
James, did somebody not come to put your heating and air conditioning in today too? Yeah, like,
So
wait a minute, before you get started. Like this, Chad takes payments in toothbrush holders.
that's right. This is my offer. I'm paying 1,635 for 21
What do you,
watches.
or 21.
But the first three are 14 karat gold.
Well, that helps.
So I'm giving 400 for each of those. Because they will, and two of the gold ones are running. So I'm thinking about $1,000 for each of the two that are running. And if Chad can get the third one running, which he probably would be able to, it's also going to be worth around $1,000.
Mm.
So it'll take a while to get everything sorted out and Chad to get them working and back to me. Or I'm thinking about maybe doing a trade with him.
Right.
Here, get 10 watches running, and you can just keep two of them for your payment.
Mm.
So it makes
That,
sense.
yeah, that'd
Think
be
about
cool.
maybe making a deal with him like that.
Mr. Sadie said it. I think it was Mr. Sadie said it. Yeah, it's not easy to find a watch repair guy these days. There is the guy that does the stuff for me. He's in a little small South Carolina town, and he has a son that is autistic, and he is taking over. He's doing the bit. I mean, he is learning watch repair from his dad, and and Jim says, um, and that's that's GIM, not JIM, but Jim said
GIM. Jim.
GIM.
That's a crazy name.
It's Jim is short for some Italian name. I mean, it's. I'm
Okay.
not sure how that works because he's Italian or his parents were Italian. Anyway, his son is autistic, and he says it's the ideal job for his son, um, because he takes a watch, nobody bothers him. He can sit there and he's fixated on that watch until he gets it fixed, or
Hmm.
does what he's got to do to it, and so he's got a nephew that's wanting to learn the business too. So hopefully, he said he's gonna leave the business to them, so his nephew will kind of keep run the business part of it, and his son do more of the
Mm-hmm.
hands-on type stuff. But I never thought about that, because his son is very autistic, and so anyway, yeah, good watch repair guys are hard to find, and I don't understand. You can learn to repair watches a lot cheaper than you can get a bachelor's degree in pre Peruvian antiquities or some shit like that.
Mm.
Well, then maybe you ought to reach out to
Chad.
Chad. Thank you. My wife just a message popped up from my wife,
Oh, I
and
thought you forgot to take your
no,
dingo thing open.
it just totally blew my train of thought.
Oh,
She's like, "Have they called back?" No, I don't expect them to call back. They said they'll be out Friday to do it. They better hope I don't win the lottery between now and then because they won't have
oh
a
boy.
job because I'll buy a new damn house.
Why? Didn't you buy a new HVAC system?
Yeah, I bought it already. I'm waiting for it to be put in.
They haven't put it in yet, so they know you're sweating.
Oh no, ours is working.
Oh, okay.
it's keeping it at 69 degrees.
Well, that's probably why it broke, because you keep it so cold in your house.
Hell no! When it's working at full steam, it's about 66.
Oh boy.
I do not sweat in my own house.
Yeah,
Look
but
up,
then what
John.
happens when you go outside? It's like getting hit with a heat wall.
Well, I just run to the car and cut the air conditioning on full blast. Or if I'm driving Roberta's car, I stand in the doorway and push the button to crank the car up remotely.
Oh.
That is lazy ass there, isn't it?
I mean, I'll have it. I like to have it like 70 in the house, 71, but I don't drop below 69.
And I thought about you yesterday, or no, it was Saturday, Tara.
You should have been thinking about me Saturday. I was helping pick up bales out of a field, and I'm
Oh
51 years
shit!
old, and
You
it
got to
was
find
hot
you a
as the. I know. I got kind into helping that person, and I
Jim
mean, it
needs
was.
Jim needs to let you
Jim
find you a
wasn't
young
even
boyfriend.
with me. It was me and Brandon. Brandon was getting paid to do it. I helped, and then it was a friend of mine. But I mean, it was hot as the devil's butthole out there. Oh my god!
uh,
And I'm a 51-year-old middle-aged Yankee woman. I can't take that kind of heat.
a guy that I had, he's a salesman for a Ford dealership that my brother works at. I mean, my brother buys all his trucks from. Uh, he called me and said, Terry said you were thinking about buying a truck. I said, yeah, what you got? He said, I got an F-250 just came in. It's got 36,000 miles on it. I'll take 20 for it. And damn if my brother didn't buy it.
Yeah.
It had the, what's the big, their diesel engine that's in a 250?
What is it?
A Ford
Is
F-250.
that a 6.7?
I don't know. It had a
I
diesel
don't
engine in
know.
it, which I really wasn't too hipped on the diesel engines. But uh, anyway, I thought about you. He said, I also got an F-150. I said, oh, according to a friend of mine, they're only good for hauling eggs.
Hauling eggs or
And he
going to
laughed. And
church.
he laughed and he said, if you look around your neighborhood, there's probably 1,000. I said, yeah, that's because they don't haul
Yeah.
nothing in them.
These are just
Um,
trucks.
yeah, Tara was out being a farmhand. She must be trying to get back in shape.
Rounds of shape.
Uh, but I was about to say, if that was on your farm that you were baling hay, I was gonna tell
No, it
Jim.
wasn't.
I
No,
was
it was that place I ride horses at.
okay,
So
because I was gonna tell
I
Jim
said
he
I'd
need
help her do it. Well, it's kind of I ride there. She don't charge me or anything. She always throws me up on her horses.
right.
I don't exactly work for them, but I end up helping them a lot.
I was gonna tell Jim he need to let you find you a boyfriend to help you bale hay.
Yeah, I could have used him to. He's like, and I came home like, oh man, Jim, it was bad out there. He goes, yeah, I was thinking about you. It was awful hot outside when I walked out the door.
I have no desire for a Rolls Royce. I mean, a Rolls Royce. Yeah, uh, maybe. But my damn Saturn gets me just where I want to go, just as fast as a damn Rolls Royce will. Because if it's going to be too long of a travel,
Go
who
get
just
it.
Cha-ching.
was that you, Todrick?
Yep.
I know Mr. Sadie the 6.0 is not good. I know a lot of people if you ever see one when they're for sale, that's why they're always a little cheaper than but they'll be like, "Oh, it's already been bulletproofed." Because they had I don't know if it's problem with the heads on them or something like that. 'Cause I had a friend who bought one, then he had to rebuild it.
Wow.
The daughter that I've taught, my brother's daughter that has all the horses.
I'm
Oh,
selling.
hey, you know what, Tom? Does she
What?
still run her horse rescue?
Yeah.
Ask her if she wants to rescue one in Kentucky.
Okay.
I know one, or it might end up in the can.
Um,
So I'm selling these for $6
What is it?
plus
it's a
shipping.
razor.
It's a
Oh, he's.
razor,
Ah.
but they bought 6 of them.
Oh,
That was a
Oh,
sale
there you
just
go.
then. Well, 6 times 6.
36.
Yeah,
Plus shipping, yeah.
it's a good little sale.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
sold a set of cassette tapes yesterday. Like, what did I get for them? Like 150 or 160 bucks or something like that.
they were what?
Cassette tapes.
Just plain cassette tapes.
They were recordings. It was from a ministry. It was
Mm,
like an I would say an evangelical type pastor did some kind of sermon convention thing or whatever
right.
like that.
Do you get some Kool-Aid mixed with it?
No, he's a well, it's Kenneth Hagan. So I don't I
Uh,
mean I don't know a
uh,
lot about what I'd say like those kind of ministers, but anyway, Kenneth Hagan Ministries, and there were about all these religious like CDs, tapes, and stuff like that. And I will say they actually a lot of them are selling pretty good. In this times of woe and want, the good word sells.
Kenneth Hagan.
I'm assuming he's dead because he looks old in 1987. No offense.
Died September the 19th of 2003. He was 86 years old.
Yeah, we try
Well,
not to offend anybody around here, like big girls or
or old people.
old men or old
Well, well, I hate to tell you this, Todd. If you're looking older
Lutherans.
in 1997, I mean, you might not be with us.
Um, I was thinking of Kenneth Copeland. So when I said, "Oh my God,"
Mm.
he's one of those mega church people.
I got a whole bunch of his CDs too, and I was lotting them together. And I mean, I did really good on those too.
Um, are you listening to him? Are you feeling the spirit?
No, I just make money on them, Todd. I don't listen to them. And I believe in the Lord Jesus, and I believe in God, and I try to be a good person. But I didn't have time to listen to him.
The 7.3. I think my brother had a truck that had the 7.3 in it
That's
one
a really
time.
good diesel engine, the 7.3. Jim loves that engine. He's got two of them.
Are they in vehicles, or has he just got them sitting out in the
No,
barn?
his box truck is a
Oh, good
7.3
grief,
diesel, and
Tom.
that F550 is a 7.3.
You're a flake, Tom.
What?
Are those engines just sitting out in the yard?
Well, you never know with Jim. you never.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you just never know with Jim.
the truck's
Uh,
up on cinder blocks and the engine's alongside of
they
it.
are in Kentucky
There you
now.
go.
You know, they probably got a washer and dryer sitting out on their front porch and a sofa.
Not
Listen, if
everybody's
I
a
want
hick
51 to
for
be, I don't want to admit I'm past middle age, so.
Lord
All right, I'm an
Faunt.
elderly woman.
Lord Fauntleroy. Tom thinks everybody's a hick like
Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Beverly
He's sitting in
Hillbillies.
there. He's sitting in there in his 68-degree house sipping his mint julep.
Uh,
Hey,
What are the
I am.
poor people doing right now?
that's right.
I probably what I am a big redneck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you are.
you sound like
I am.
to make sure your car's cold enough when you leave your cold ass house.
No, that's because I have just worked hard and can afford to do so.
Uh, yeah, not everybody can smoke a lawnmower like I can.
Yeah.
That's being a hick now. Come on. I got you beat, Tom, on hickness.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
no, Jim would never put a pistol in the water.
I know what. I do know how to eat with all the 12 forks and spoons and knives on a dining room table. But I'm just as happy. As happy using a plastic spork from
Uh-huh.
KFC, eat my chicken livers with my mashed potatoes and gravy and coleslaw.
I just picture you, with one of those like oyster plates, sipping your oysters and.
No, no, no. We do have oyster forks, but not or seafood forks is what they're called. But I don't. Oysters are supposed to be or either fried or they're supposed to be steamed out of the shell or they're supposed to be in
I
tomato
don't eat
soup.
oysters. For I don't. You can fry them, steam them, do whatever you want with them. They ain't going in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't like raw oysters.
I, I don't really like. I don't like shell food. I mean shellfish. I don't even like lobster to tell you the truth. It has to me it has a funny taste.
Mm.
Mike, yes, I have heated seats and steering wheel. So what about it? During the winter,
He
even in the
never uses
summertime,
it though, because
I'll have Roberta be under a blanket on her side of the car because I've got the air conditioning cut so low, and I've got my seats on max warming up my back because it's a bad back. I have a bad back.
so you bake your backside and cool your front side.
Yeah, yeah. That heat's good for your back.
Uh huh.
So anyway, but yes, I do, Mike, and I love it very much. And there, so be it. If that makes me a snob or a,
I'd love to like take you up to like Duluth, Minnesota, like in January or February.
I want to go during.
Honestly,
I want to
I
go when
would
it's
film it
snowing.
for YouTube.
I want to go when it's snowing. I've already
Oh
told
yeah, you will.
Nikki. I told Nikki. I said as soon as I can get Roberta, let's do it. I want to come up in February when it's going to be cold and it's supposed to snow. And I want to fly in on Friday night and Saturday morning. I want to get up with the woman that I love more than life itself, and walk around. That would be Roberta. So
I was gonna say, I hope you're not talking about Nikki.
no, and I
Okay.
want to get around and I want to walk around in the snow and in the cold and go down to where the ships come in and then Sunday night I want to get on the plane back to where it's
Mm.
warm. And I will have had that experience of being in 13 below temperatures. I just I just don't understand why people choose to live like that.
Well, because sometimes you don't know no better. Maybe you're born up there. That's what
Yeah,
you're used to.
and see, and Ping, you know, they used to make fun of me because I'd say, "Man, it is 34 degrees. It's cold down here," and Tara and Nikki, popular picker, they would say, 34 degrees.
That ain't even
I don't even put my shoes on to walk out to the mailbox.
that's not even cold enough to make ice, Tom.
Let me tell you what, Lag. This fat ass used to work on a survey crew. I know what it is to work, and I have baled hay, square bales, and thrown them up on the back of a daggum flatbed trailer. I've done my time. Now I, I'm just a snobby old man, and I don't care who likes it or not. Because when you get to be as old as I am, then you'll want to do likewise. Yeah, skin of freedom. I'm with you on that. I would rather be. I can keep putting clothes on.
Yeah, you can only take so many off.
Yeah, before the police show up.
Well, I was always freezing when we lived in San Francisco, you know, going from Arizona, where
Yeah.
it was 100 and plus, to San Francisco is a
That's
drastic
a temperature
change.
change. Yeah.
So after 13 years, we moved down to Southern California, and it's a
So
lot
San
better here.
Francisco, it never gets really super cold, but on the other hand, it never warms up.
Yeah.
It just stays chilly. It's just
Hmm.
100 every day of the year. San Francisco is just chilly.
Yep. And there was only a couple of days where it was really hot, and at that time we would go down to the Embarcadero because it was, those shops were all cooled, refrigerated,
My
so that
friend
felt good.
my friend Jeff lives in Phoenix, Arizona. We've known each other since we were 10 years old, living in Goose Creek, South Carolina, which is a suburb of Charleston. And his after his first trip out there, I mean, after we were both adults and we were talking, and he's like, "Man, it's going to be 113 today in the shade," and I'm like, "But it's a dry heat." He said, "Tom, it's hot. I can fry you a souffle on the. I can make you a souffle on the hood of my truck. It's hot. There's a point where humidity it does not matter." And even though he said, "I don't think I'd want to be where it's 113 degrees and 300% humidity," but uh,
Well, I went when I was a kid, and so I'm from Wisconsin. My mom sent me on a bus trip with a family member to the Southwest. And so we left Wisconsin, went through Iowa, drove through the night from Iowa, ended up in Arizona. And I don't know exactly where it was, but it was where the petrified forest is. So they're like, "Oh wow, it's petrified forest. Let's go out and look at it." And it's elderly people on this bus. And you walked out of that air conditioned bus and you're used to Wisconsin weather. And that heat in Arizona in August was like somebody took a weight and was pushing you into the ground with it. And those old people were dropping like flies.
well,
I mean, especially if you're not used to it like that, I mean, it was oppressively hot. So I will
a,
say it was a dry heat.
a friend of ours, his in-laws are from North Dakota, and they wanted to come to Charleston. I said, "That's great. Don't come in the summertime. Come in the spring or late fall." Why is that? I said, "Because they will die because you can feel the air as it goes into your lungs."
You know.
And damn if they didn't come to Charleston in August, and it was like 101 degrees, and his mother walked out of the airport terminal and hit the ground. It was so hot and so humid.
We'd always go to Florida in August, to tell you the truth, and for every reason, it's just how it worked out for us. But Florida, because it's a peninsula, I mean, it
Yeah.
would be like 90, 95 or whatever, but you always kind of have a breeze going back and forth, so you get used to it pretty quick. Like even now, say like 80, like when I lived in northern Wisconsin, if it was 80, it'd be like, "Oh my God, it's so hot out." Now 80 is like the new 70. It's gotta be like, if it's muggy and it's over 90, then it's a little uncomfortable.
Okay. Let's jump up to February. Didn't you say that the gym was starting to get climatized and
Well,
uh,
Jim's a wimp. I mean,
had to
yeah,
start wearing?
he always likes, and because he's always playing around with that wood stove, so he's like, "Oh yeah, let's have it be like 72 in here or whatever, because it doesn't really cost him any money."
Cause y'all have a boiler outside.
Yeah,
Um, my dad and my brother both have in their houses. They have it's an insert, but
yeah. My uncle had one of those. Yeah.
it's hooked up to a different blower and thermostat, so
Mm.
it circulates hot air through the house. Through the vent system. And my dad, he loved messing with that damn thing.
Oh yeah, Jim loves messing with it.
It would be January, and we would go see my parents, and the boys were when the boys were real little. And of course, you go in to see grandparents, you got to dress them up so they look real cute and everything. So we'd come in and they'd give everybody some sugar, and then they were stripping down to a pair of shorts and a t-shirt because my dad had it like 100 degrees in that house.
Oh my God, Tom, you should have saw Jim. I think it was Friday. We went swimming. We went over to the beach here. We went swimming. So we stopped at Bargain Hunt. I'm like, well, I'm getting a float anyway. I didn't have one. I'm like, I'm getting something to float on. So I buy mine, and it's a big dachshund dog, and you sit in the mesh part, and you're surrounded by this dog.
Right?
Jim's like, "Oh yeah, I want one too." I'm like, "You can't get the same one as me. You can't copy me." So that only made me think of this because Mike said stiff as a popsicle. They had a popsicle one too. It's got that popsicle stick sticking out. He goes, "I don't think I feel comfortable sitting on that with that stick hanging out." So this is Jim on the beach on Friday floating around in his dog float. It's just kind of funny. If I'd have had my camera, I'd have taken a picture of it.
Um, uh, is your wife named Roberta also Texas? Okay, that's somebody that either wants me to renew my extended warranty, they want me to buy my house, or they want to sell me a Medicare supplement.
There you go. Sounds
Because
like
that's
a
what
trifecta.
nobody calls a house phone unless it's that, other than doctors. Um, and yes, if you're making fun of my eyebrows, Texas, yeah, they need to be trimmed. I got to get a haircut too. I'm starting to look like a hoodlum. Uh, well, you know what, Scott, if you're still listening, you need to find out where she got the weenie dog uh, floaty thing from, and so you can get the boss lady one. So anyway, it is getting late. I gotta go. I gotta try to get reorganized. My whole day is just messed up. Why do I have a landline? Because I don't walk. I am not 16 years old. I do not walk around with my phone in my pocket all the time. That's why. Lag.
Yeah, I have a landline too. And I recently found out why my old phone wasn't working because it was on a G3
Uh huh.
and Verizon is now on G5.
Does anybody even have G3 anymore?
I doubt it. Anyway, so
Um,
I ended up getting a phone for free so I could be on G5.
I just like having. I've got a phone in every room. Can't. I mean,
I have a honestly, I have a landline too. That might be a sign of getting older. Mm.
no, I just don't walk around with my
Oh,
phone.
honestly,
Half the time, I don't
it's
even know where it's at.
yeah, and honestly, like here, it's better because I think they all work. But I, when I first moved here 5 years ago, my cell phone didn't work at my house.
Well, since they're going to G5, the towers have to be closer together, so they're building a lot of
Oh,
towers.
is that it? And they can
Yeah,
microwave our brains with them.
yeah.
Pretty sure you won't even need a cell phone. You'll just hear your phone ringing right in your head.
Actually, my son's hearing aids are Bluetoothed into his cell phone, so he just
Oh,
taps his
really?
he just taps his hearing aid, and it connects to his cell phone. He can answer it because he
Oh
says
boy. Like a,
it says unknown caller, or it says dad. You know, whoever, if he's got
I
my
got
number
it.
in the list, it says
It's like
dad
he's a
calling.
spy bird. Mm.
And I'm like, okay, um, yeah, no, I don't have any on the wall.
Jim does. Jim has a rotary phone hanging on the wall just because I think he likes to talk on it like he when he was a kid.
I we have we have a base, and then we have like 8 wireless handsets. You know, I've got a tactical Z. I've got a sundial in my backyard,
Oh, I got one too, Tom. We're alike.
and I like it because I never have my watch. Because every room in the house has got a clock in it. Because I'm old, so I have to know what time it is. You know.
hmm Tom's standing out there by his sundial, telling the time, getting one of his pigeons to send a letter off to somebody.
Oh, listen. Let me tell you what. Now here's your bolo. Homing pigeons. That's some damn good money there. You can sell that sucker over and over and
What is?
over
Oh, a
again.
homing pigeon. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
My bird's gone. Sorry. Bird of prey must have got it. You want me to get you? You want another one? Oh Lord, my grandmother used to try and change her TV chat. Yeah, but see, my first my first cordless phone was probably 4 inches by 9 inches by about 3 inches.
Mm. We had one of those. I don't know if you remember them. They were kind of shitty. Those Cobra phones. It was in
Yeah.
the upstairs of our house. That thing was not a great phone.
So I guess Scott will be on in the morning.
Oh, sounds like Tom's wrapping it up.
I got to go. Um, so, anyways, y'all check out Scott's channel. I forgot about Major Win. Major Win, you got to start about 9:59 saying it's 9:59. Tom, wrap it up because I don't know whether he's doing a show today or not. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Thank you, Ping, for coming in. I
Hmm.
always enjoy you coming in here and hanging out with us old guys.
Yeah, an old lady hanging out with the old guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but you look a lot younger than we do, so you're just supposed to say, "Well, thank you, sir."
Yes. Well, that's
It's
because
not.
I.
It's nice to hang out with some old dudes every once in a while. That's not wanting to give me money. Tara, it's good seeing you again, or at least
Uh,
hearing you again. You know, anytime
yeah.
you want to come in and chat with us on Tuesdays and
Well,
Thursdays.
I've been gone a lot. I've been gone a lot, to tell you the truth. I have been gone a lot.
Well, it's time to get to work.
Well, I do still work. I'm just not. A lot of times, I'm not right here at like this time of day.
Right, Todd.
Mm.
Thank you for coming in here and hanging out with me. You got any final words? Since I never shut up and let you talk.
Mhm.
Uh, I did, but I forgot.
Well, thanks for coming in. Also, we'll see you on Friday. I'll be back on Thursday, I guess. Friday, I might be on my cell phone because they probably have the power cut off. But anyway, thank you everybody in the chat for coming in. Glenn, Swamp Picker, you're always welcome to come in too. All of y'all are always welcome to come in. Lag, I want you to get off your ass, son, and I want you to go out right
Okay.
now and get on Fiverr and get you a little animated talkie character and get you a voice changer so you can come in here. And if you want to get off some of that money you got and get you 3 or 4, so one day you're a little Asian girl and the next day you're a hunky Asian dude, you know, to switch it up, feel free to do so.
Asian.
So,
Uh,
oh, hey, Beth. Uh, Beth, how about private message me when you're supposed to be out here so I can get you on my calendar,
You still use a calendar?
on my computer,
Oh.
Google Calendar, because it goes to my phone and my computer, and I also use Cozy for the family stuff. But for my stuff, I use Google Calendar. So anyhow, y'all have a great day.
Alrighty.
Bye.
all right.
Bye.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
All right.